Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, representing the Vice Chancellor, Nanasakati II, Konar of Maniakrobo, Togbiafidi the 14th, Agbogbomithia of the Asogli State, member of Ensign Global College Board of Governors, and our keynote speaker today, Director General, Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, Ensign Global College Institutional Review Board members, all invited municipal and district directors of health services in Ghana, heads, friends, and representatives from various tertiary and partner institutions, generous donors, including Glenn and Shalina Way, as well as our friends from Charter One, Professor Charlotte Crofy, Pro-Vice Chancellor, University of Loughborough, faculty, staff, students, and alumni of Ensign Global College. It is an honor to warmly welcome you to the 8th congregation of Ensign Global College on behalf of our Board of Governors, faculty, staff, and students. I wish to warmly welcome the graduating class along with their families and friends who have supported them throughout their education and are here to honor them as they graduate. We are fortunate to have Lynette Gay and are sad to excuse her husband, Robert, who was called back to the United States because of the passing of a dear friend. But I wish to acknowledge both of them for their ongoing support and encouragement and visionary guidance. Their personal commitment to our institution and to education as a tool for prosperity is remarkable. They serve as inspiration to the entire Ensign Global family to likewise be committed to having a positive impact on the world around us and to doing our best each and every day. We are honored by the presence of distinguished members of our Board of Governors. Even with the many demands they face, they selflessly give of their time, their wisdom, and their talents in support of Ensign Global College. We are also honored by our growing number of friends and partners who are distinctly represented by Nanasakati II, Konar of Maniakrobo. His support and encouragement and the extension of our influence through our many community partners are essential to our impact as an institution. I welcome our affiliates and mentors from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology who continue to support the development of Ensign Global College and ensure that all is in order for our ceremony today. We are grateful for the support we received from the University of Utah as an essential partner that ensures our viability and growth. We are especially honored today by the presence of our keynote speaker, Togbiafidi the 14th. To note his significant honors and achievements would take more time than I've been allotted. So let me suffice it to say, he is an example of selfless leadership who works tirelessly on behalf of the Asogli State, the great country of Ghana, and the world. It was fitting that the theme of the recent celebration of the anniversary of his reign over the Asogli State was 20 years of selfless and inspiring leadership. Ensign Global College has been the fortunate beneficiary of his wisdom, his influence, and his example. I am personally grateful for his friendship and support. Today, we mark the 10th year of operation of Ensign Global College. We continue to enjoy the benefits of the world-class Ensign Global College campus and the beauty that surrounds it. We are grateful to our excellent faculty, students, staff, and partners who make Ensign Global College an increasingly preeminent academic institution. We are pleased to be launching new facilities, expanding our programs, and extending our global reach. The stature of our Master of Public Health degree program continues to rise, noticeably by the recent completion of a site review by the US-based Council on Education for Public Health. The Council on Education for Public Health is the preeminent organization for accrediting public health in higher education around the world. While we must wait until next March to learn if we will be the first institution on the African continent to be formally accredited by this body, we are encouraged by the positive preliminary findings from this recent site review. For those who helped us with our progress to date and who will continue to support our efforts for development, I want to express our deep appreciation. The mission of Ensign Global College is to educate entrepreneurial leaders who exhibit the highest levels of competency and professionalism to create and share knowledge that can be deployed to respond to the world's great challenges and enact mutually beneficial partnerships to promote the prosperity of communities and countries worldwide. The term ensign refers to a symbol, often a banner or flag, that is raised in a high place around which people can join for a higher cause and to pursue a noble vision. The noble vision to which we aspire is to transform the world capacity for prosperity. Our founder and chair of our Board of Governors, Lynette Gay, has charged our public health program to improve health and well-being in Ghana and in West Africa and throughout the world by developing community-oriented public health professionals who will be leaders that will join us in advancing the science and practice of public health. She consistently reminds us that Ensign Global College is only successful when our efforts make positive differences in the lives of people, their families, and their communities. Graduates, we are confident that each of you will be agents of prosperity who will use your influence to improve lives wherever your paths take you. We have invested in you because we believe in you. We have seen your greatness, and we expect each of you to be remarkable. We expect you to be fierce in your pursuit of improving the world, relentless in helping those around you recognize the greatness that they have within themselves, and tireless in finding the better way. We have educated you to be exceptional, to be transformative, to be revolutionary. Now it is up to you, as Mahatma Gandhi famously stated, be the change you wish to see in the world. Let your life and your actions reflect the world as it can be. Be optimistic, not only of what you can achieve, but what those around you can achieve. Give the best of yourself and expect the best out of others. Some years ago, I returned to college studies after dropping out a few years before. I was not particularly confident in my ability, so I enrolled in less challenging courses to be sure I could pass without too much effort. To my good fortune, I enrolled in a mathematics course taught by a particularly wise instructor. While I've forgotten her name over the years, I keenly remember her influence. After a few weeks of the term, she told me she needed to see me after class. I was concerned that I was in some sort of trouble, so with nervousness, I approached her desk after the rest of the students had left. She asked me to take a seat and then proceeded to inform me that I was no longer welcome in the course. When I asked why, she said, "You are better than this. I can tell that if you will apply yourself, you can do much more than you think you can." She told me she expected me to show up at her advanced course, even though we were already about a third of the way through the term, and that I would be given no extra time to catch up with the other students. As you can imagine, I thought this was incredibly unfair, and I left rather disturbed by her decision. However, after I realized I had no other choice, I followed her direction and soon found myself working hard to do several weeks of coursework in a few days. As I feverishly worked to cover the required assignments, it became clear that the wise instructor was right. I was capable of much more than I had realized. Not only did I catch up with the other students, but I finished at the top of the class and had gained newfound confidence in my ability. Looking back, I am indebted to this instructor for changing the course of my life and giving me the gift of being able to do the same for others. She could have easily left me alone to settle for mediocrity, but instead she gave her best so that I could find the greatness within me. She set me on a path that has allowed me to positively influence countless people as an educator, scholar, and leader. Graduates, I have done my best to follow her example, and I urge you to do the same. At Ensign Global College, we've adopted the practice of referring to those who make up our community, especially our graduates, as Ensonians. I hope it is clear by now that this moniker comes with the charge to be one of the growing number of change makers who act with greatness to help and heal the world and inspire others to do likewise. To help with this, we have created symbols to remind you what it means to be an Ensonian. In our college logo, you will note that we have selected the colors of gold and blue. Gold is to reflect the riches and beauty of Ghana, including the riches of knowledge and knowledge discovery that we seek to enhance. Blue acknowledges that our campus lies on the banks of the Volta River and symbolizes togetherness and peace. These two colors reflect foundations on which being a positive influence is based, so that as Ensonians, our actions become instrumental in fulfilling our commitment to leading the future of prosperity for Ghana, the West African region, and for the world. We refer to the three gold pillars in our logo as the pillars of Ensign Global. The first pillar reminds us to be leaders who engage people and communities in pursuit of establishing and promoting prosperity. The second pillar reminds us to be professionals committed to the highest levels of competency in our field. The third reminds us to be innovators who are committed to value creating entrepreneurship. All three of the pillars of Ensign Global require us to act with greatness. Dear graduates, as you embark into your futures, I charge you to embody these pillars, and at all times hold yourself as someone who honors all that Ensign Global College represents. I also charge you to be committed to inspiring all those with whom you come in contact to achieve their potential. Help them to be their best selves and be greater than they may realize is possible. Now, graduates, who are soon to be graduates, we have provided you with an exceptional education that has included classroom instruction by skilled teachers, field placements that have given you experience in the practical application of public health, and the completion of thesis projects where you have deepened your knowledge through research. Your shared educational pathway has come to an end, and now you formally join a global public health workforce that is dedicated to making a better, more prosperous world. We are charged to embark on the never-ending pursuit of boldly facing all challenges that stand in the way of health and prosperity. How do we assure that everyone has access to the resources needed to stay healthy and well? How do we stop the worldwide effects of diseases like malaria, pneumonia, and tuberculosis? How do we create the conditions that will allow safety in workplaces, fewer traffic-related injuries, and homes free of hazards? How do we assure that physical activity and healthy eating continue even when development leads to more sedentary occupations and the availability of unhealthy food options? How do we support mothers during pregnancy and children during the vulnerable first 5 years of life? How do we ensure that everyone can be productively engaged in creating the conditions for peaceful and prosperous communities? These and many others are the challenges we are committed to face, positively, constructively, productively, and graciously. I challenge each of you to commit to taking what you have gained at Ensign Global College and use it to create a prosperous future. Dedicate yourself to be one who embraces the challenges and becomes defined by being noble and great as you tenaciously find the way forward. Be the leaders, dedicated professionals, and value-creating innovators who create and apply the solutions for these prosperity challenges. I will end as I do with each year with a quote from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in his address to the National Assembly of Ghana on June 12, 1965. Quote, "Countrymen, the task ahead is great indeed, and heavy is the responsibility, and yet it is a noble and glorious challenge. A challenge which calls for the courage to dream, the courage to believe, the courage to dare, the courage to do, and the courage to envision, the courage to fight, the courage to work, and the courage to achieve. to achieve the highest excellencies and the fullest greatness of man. Dare we ask for more in life, unquote. Go forward with courage, accept the call to tackle great challenges, and embrace the opportunities afforded by these challenges that will most surely come your way. Take what you have been given through your education at Ensign Global College and act to make the world a better, healthier, happier, and more prosperous place. Inspire others around you to find their greatness and join with you in this charge. Quite simply, be noble and great. I am confident that you, as our newest Ensonians, this is exactly what you will do. May God bless and give us all the fortitude to be instruments of change who embody greatness in a pursuit of a truly prosperous world. Thank you.